Still a few pixels off. There we go. Okay. Actually, it's too bad I don't see my chat. So what's my... I'm at 5. Yeah, let me just quickly put it on 4. There we go. Okay, we good. So where was I? Okay. I think I already have made sure to get Kegemaru. So we're on to third area, I think. Equal Dungeon, which you might recognize has been used for Mimicry as well in Shining Soul 2. The blade really is the superior weapon. Haha. I'm getting taunted with spear, but I won't fall for it. No, it's still not that bad, but I could start to invest a little bit into dexterity. I guess let's do this. It's so weird that the orcs, they are pretty fast, but they stop at per intervals. Okay. Let me heal real quick. I mean, more vitality, especially for the warrior, is always nice due to efficacy. High vitality build all day, bro. Oh, still a few miss there and there. I don't want to lose my ability to stagger, so I will have to invest a lot more in dex. I guess for my next level up I'll do half and half at least. But yeah, this is the turning point in the dungeon. It's starting to becoming painfully long now to finish dungeon. How many? Yeah. Yeah, I forgot the healing drops were nerfed. So I need far more vitality to benefit fully from my healing drops. Well, at least it's easier to build because there's no uh, intel for the warrior, the dragonaut or the archer. The gizmos are a little more terrifying in this game than in the second one. In general, I think the sprites are more detailed in the second game, but that also made them a little goofy. Alright, and now we starting the long string of screen when I'm where do I go? Because it's just extremely large. At least I know the path is open. Well, I couldn't fully use my healing drop, but I need so much vitality. I'm not gonna stack him for dozens of minutes. With the Blade Warrior, the game won't be that difficult, but it's more about will I have the patience to really advance that much. I'll try to do at least 2 dungeons, but if I manage to do more, well, I'll take it. Especially since the last one are taking so much time. They'll actually have more value in terms of, well, more weight in terms of time that you need to sink in it. No stun axe from them, unfortunately. There's a lot less dedicated drop in this game, despite the common sharing of a lot of monsters. I mean, I guess I could do this as well. I didn't check because for my testing I also did the Blade Warrior, but I'm guessing that the automatic increase per level of primary stat is dependent of the character. So the Dragonaut probably has more strength and the Archer probably has more dexterity, whereas the Wizard will focus on intel. Box is full. Ooh, I see. I mean, I say I see a blade, but it's true that some stuff they share their sprites, so I cannot really tell right away at a glance. No, never mind, that's a better blade. Oof, I'm poisoned. Okay, so let's check that. Yeah, it's a little better. I don't really want to consume the last one because it gets de-equipped from my item slot. This is kind of annoying. I'm glad that they get rid of it for the second game. Well, this is the only cool idea of this dungeon. Those stuff that has been reused for the Robert's pirate ship with barrels. It's actually kind of a cool idea, and it's extra cool that these are rocks that are rolling, and what comes right after, so I still have to pass that, and what comes right after is a golem made out of rock. That's actually a very nice screen. It's one of the very few instances in this game when you have actual level design. Okay, I guess you can still wall hack a little bit in this game. Or corner hack, should I say. Well, I have 3 of them. Okay, fine. I get back. Yeah, increasing resistance. I don't know what's the max. It's probably isn't 200 because everything has less maximum stat in this game. Okay. Nothing really interesting there. Yeah, there's no way I'm actually using this 140. You know what? I won't even take them because there's just no way I'll be able to use them efficiently. Be for quite some time. I think we got even 2 HP instead of 3 for the second game per point of vitality. So it's even less. It's even more complicated to efficiently use healing waters. Now I'll be farming this golem for a while, hoping to get my first soul. Because they can drop, as in the second game, the earth soul. So, which is called golem actually. So yeah, in this game, souls are a little weird. They are accessories instead of being separate, and they offer a stat boost or some sort of effect, so similar to accessories, but they also got their soul mechanic. And there's no soul gauge as well. Instead, we will just have a soul available pop-up message once we charged our soul. So it's kind of weird that this is not a mechanic that for min-maxing you are basically forced to use, but this is something totally optional. Because remember that the name of this game is Shining Soul. Well, let me put some more points into Vitality. Oh, that was Dex. Oh. Okay. What can you do? Well, it's not really useful for now. Yeah, I was thrown off. I didn't notice at first that Vitality and Dex were not put in the same area compared to the second game. Well, I guess it's not too bad. I was also in need of Dex. Come on, pop a soul. Although there's no soul level in this game, a soul is a soul. I mean, there's no Temple of Light to increase the rank, so there's only one rank for each soul. They're pretty underwhelming, to be honest. I don't think they can one-shot anything. But it's better than what I have in terms of accessories anyway. If I remember correctly, the Golem Soul, outside of the Soul Pot, gives us 10 defense. It's not much, but still better than what I have, which is also pure defense 3. Only 3. I might as well pop off a wing. Hmm. 42, well. Yeah, it kind of breaks the immersion that you get no background music while shopping. No, I just noticed, but the one that takes care of the tool shop, she's a Kental. I wonder why they threw that they would need to add undead in there. I mean, I can understand the slime, especially coming from the second game. I can understand the golem, of course, it's underground and stuff, as well as the bat because it's kind of a cave. But the skeletons, I mean, they got a map that is literally a sort of tomb. So now the orcs as well. I don't know. Ooh. I'm always kind of excited for the monuments, but only in case that's a monument of Mithril. Otherwise, it's pretty inconsequential. Defense. Well. At least it stays between screens. Oops. That's the problem with having big screens instead of going through more small one. It's kind of a little boring. It's less dynamic because and you don't even have rewards like in other games for killing every enemy on screen, so at some point I ended up just rushing through the end. Ta-da. Yeah, I guess I'm doing a lot of vitality for a while until I got enough to properly use my healing drops. Then I don't know if I will increase efficacy again in this playthrough. Still no soul. Well, I won't redo the dungeon to do it because there are golems in subsequent one as well. And there are other enemies that can drop souls as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure that there is also a Zuzra in this game. So this bubble paste can also pop that. Drop as Zuzra. Okay. Da, 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 da. I don't even know if I open for the next stream or not. Mm-mm. Yeah. My kingdom for a mini map. Ah, okay. I think that's the last screen before the boss. Well, it's not like I need to gather item that drops to get money. With the shop glitch, I have infinite money. Yeah, it's kinda sad to see that there are color swap of enemies, but they don't even have, seemingly at least, they don't have different stats. Outside of the resistances, the blue one are probably resistant to ice damage, and I know that the red one are resistant to fire damage, but that's it. I can see you, which means that this is still not the last screen. Yep. Knight. I think there's a specific knight sword, but I think that's a sword and not a blade. Therefore, it's not really good. Another one. Well, the fact that my inventory gets full multiple times in the same dungeon is also a testament. Because in the second game, it's very rare. Even just getting our inventory full once does not come out often while doing one dungeon. Yeah, let's do even more. I still don't have enough HP though. That's per 2, so that's what, 6, so 3. I need 23, so let's say 24. So I need 6 more levels fully done on Vitality to be able to begin to use healing drops. Oh boy. Damn. We got lucky in the second game to have poison res, I see. This is pretty harsh. With a poison resistance, it's quite a lot of damage. I wonder if it could be refreshed by getting reapplied. What? Ugh. Hiya. So the third dungeon is literally about 3 times the number of screen of the first one. I guess. I'm just counting the number of screens, but the screens themselves are also bigger. So many golems and still no soul. Still no soul. No night sword either. Silver ring? Is it the same with yeah, whatever. With bonus damage against undead. Okay. Those enemy, yeah, well, those are golem. They have a really high defense. Luckily, they're very slow, so with the fast blade, they're easy to get some knockback. Oh, finally we get to the boss. 10 screen, only the third dungeon. I remember these bosses are annoying. I don't have too much of herbs, so I hope it'll be okay. So I don't remember the story of those bosses. I know that they come from previous Shining Falls game. I checked it, but I already forgot. This gem really resemble a chess piece. Not specifically trying to drop anything, no. It's just that at some point I'll have to test Shining Soul live, you know. I will probably end up doing live all the titles of the Shining series, at least the action one. I don't know if people will be interested in the tactical ones or the older dungeon crawlers. Okay, decided to stay in place. Well, there are definitely a lot to discover because I tested the one on the Saturn, Shining Wisdom, and it was a weird experience. Well, first off, it was a weird experience to try to make a Sega Saturn emulator work, for starters, but also it's a Legend of Zelda clone. I think that's Kagemaru. No, I don't remember. Isn't there? There you go. Okay, so this is still useless, but you need to not break the Kagemaru chain. And no, I don't really think that there's anything valuable to drop. I mean, there's one thing that I would like to check though. One of the stuff made out of Orishakan, but I think that Orishakan only drops in advanced mod, or unless I never managed to find one. There's one weapon. I'm not sure if it's a blade or a sword. Because if it's a blade, that would be the best weapon. Oh no, maybe it's made on a mithril. I don't know, but I'm sure that's the best of the soul weapon is the blade, though. I don't know much about the other Shining Souls game. Played it 2 GB at once. Well, the 2 is not just better because there are more characters. There's almost everything is better. I mean, there's just a few sparse ideas there and there that are kind of cool in Shining Soul 1. So, for example, when you go into the description of HP and SP recovery item, it shows the number that you got with efficacy on. This is not the case in the second game. That's one of the very few things that are cool. But in general, no. Especially the dungeons. Also, each one of the 4 characters has 2 resistance skill as the 2 last skills, which takes a lot of space. Min-maxing character is definitely about far less things. But yeah, about Shining Soul Wisdom, it's not really worth trying to do it. It's definitely a fun experience once, I guess, but just play Legend of Zelda. To be honest, that's gonna be a better game. Yeah, the first one is far more simple in many ways. There's a few things that indeed have more charm. One of the few things, for example, that works better is spells at level 0. In the second game, because charge attack now are using intel, they needed to make the spell only using charge attack. So normal attack is just you bashing enemies with your spellbook. But the wizard of the first game actually has level 0 spells. You just equip her with so they are called scroll in this game. With your scroll, and you have a weak version of the spell, even without investing with your skills. What? Oops. There's a few to play as in terms of build as well, because the charge attack are very bad in this game, because they don't use SP for the 3 non-wizard classes. Instead of having increased accuracy, they actually have decreased accuracy, and they do not do that much damage. Well, it helps a little bit to start with level 0 spells, but they are also very weak, so at the same time it's good and bad, I guess. But I like the ID better, especially since it enables you to try out every spell as a newcomer before really push your skills into one of them. Which is why I probably will never recommend one of the 3 spellcasters for newcomers, unless I'm there to teach them what is doing what. Okay, I guess I will increase my dexterity for next level. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and one of the other differences, and why I'm saying Blade Warrior and not Sword Warrior, is that so I will show you, because I have a sword. So both of them are categorized as sword for skills, but this one, so this is my attack delay on it, and this one is a blade. It's faster. The same is true for the difference between tomahawk and axes. So I think that tomahawks are faster, and also the same difference between lances and spears. Now this is only for the warrior weapons. I don't know if it's the same for flails, because there are a few different names for them, like a scorpion tail, for example. So I would have to check for each one of them. As for the archer, he only has bows, I think. I do not know if he already has spears as well. Never played warrior before. Well, the priestess is only part spellcasters, because unless you were using shining aura, she was using physical damage. And yeah, the archer is probably the most different class in the game, because it's the only character that needs to be long range. Even the spellcaster enjoy to be close to the enemy to properly maximize their area of effect. The flail and axe are pretty slow. Yeah, they do not just feel slow, they are slower. They have a higher attack delay, but also recoil, and they have a higher raw damage as well. They are the 2 weapons of the Dragonaut, that is called the Dragon Warrior in the Japanese version, and he is intended to be the slow, heavy warrior. I mean, he's literally slower. He has the worst movement speed in both games. Yeah, I'm still gonna use herbs mostly for now. Well, the Dragonaut can compensate in the second game via using the range of the flail or the dash of the axe charge attack. So it's definitely more technical. I wouldn't recommend it compared to the Human Warrior. The Human Warrior is the easiest class to play with. All skills are passive. Is the Dragon Warrior good at anything? Yeah, that's the best tank in the game. That is because he has both access to heavy armor, but also because he has additional skills to increase his potency as a tank. So he has the resistance skill, which is one of the only 2 skills in the game with the Priestess spell that increase resistances. And he also has Weaken. Now this is effectively less defense than using armor up in terms of skill, but once you have maxed armor up, he can improve his defense further compared to the warrior. Now this is for pure defense because technically the warrior has a higher ceiling as a tank, but with far much more investments. Because of efficacy, I think the max HP that you can regenerate with healing water is around 800. He's the best at using really high vitality. And also for the Dragonaut's tank part, he has a counter attack, which, contrary to what is written in the game, the warrior's counter is not. It's an increase in attack speed. And also a passive skill. So it's a case of mistranslation. Did a shout about it. Well, to do this short, I dwell a bit into the Japanese original game, and oh boy, the Japanese writing system is a mess. You mentioned it. Yeah, I mentioned it. I will mention it again because it's still something that people tend to think. There are 2 skills that a lot of people thought was dysfunctional. The warrior's counter and the brawler's evade. And actually both of them are working. But not in the way that is intended. One of them is a case of mistranslation, that's the warrior's counter. And as for the brawler's evade, it's the description that is very misleading. It's not false, but they could have phrased it better. Oh, it's taking forever. Well, I'm feeling motivated, so I will try to do more than 2 dungeons. I don't really think that it will be interesting to check out the other characters' playthrough of Shining Soul 1 after that. So I'm doing this and moving on pretty much forever. I started doing specific videos for talking about the few interesting material of this game. Anyway, so where you at currently with your Priestess playthrough? It has 3 different alphabets. Yeah, I had to delve a lot into that. Well, I still don't know anything about kanji because it's too complicated. But I'm starting to recognize some katakana and hiragana. Mm. Ooh, beating the game in normal mode. Nice. The priestess might have the best time at starting advanced mode, now that I think about it. But it still requires quite a bit of grinding. That and no, the most I think about it, the most I feel like the game could have incorporated 3 levels of difficulty instead of 2. Because the absolute gap for finishing normal mode is around 50. I mean, you'll still be over leveled by tackling chaos at 50. But that's 4 times this level for advanced mode. Oops. I guess, yeah. Never went too far on hard mode. Yeah, well, advanced mode is quite a different experience. The curve of difficulty is going high really fast. Ooh, okay. One of those handheld consoles. Ooh. Yeah. If you got a physical console, be sure to take the GBA SP because this one glow in the dark. The normal models don't. Also, I think that the how do you say, the sensation in hand is far better. Okay. And if you can manage to have a second cartridge, and a cable, you can play with someone. Now be worried with that if you ever do that though, because it happens for this game and other games as well that if the cable gets disconnected, you lose not just your current progress but all data on your cartridge. Oh, well, I'm glad to help. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know the prices, but I know that I think it's in UK, there are people that are doing retro console, but like newer models with a brighter screen and more power, best stuff all around. This probably would be more pricey than an original GBISP, but it's worth checking. And they're doing all sorts of console as well, but on my shorts I've only be getting GBAs from them. Yeah, well, if you play multiplayer, the priestess is just the best. In fact, I think that the best that you can do in multiplayer would be having all priestesses, because everything stacks. If you only got 3 priestesses and max out the resist spell, you can have maxed out resistances just from the spells. So yeah, priestess is overpowered in multiplayer. Yeah, well, it's true that the multiplayer content is very good. There are little skills that are only good in multiplayer. Like for the warrior, so not this one, but the one in the second game, the tactics skill is only really good in multiplayer. In solo, it literally always gives far less attack than increasing your weapon skills. 3 priestesses sounds insane, but sounds powerful. Having 4 priestess and max bless for each literally allows you to get more than 50% max stats in all 4 primary stats. Because that's 256 with 4 max bless. So yeah, it's absolutely insane, but it's also so powerful that it's ridiculous. If only the skills of the priestess weren't stacking, they could be different. I don't know if the ninja speed spell is also stacking. I know that at some point I will have to revisit multiplayer skills because I did a tier list on this, but it has a lot of mistakes. I know that the healing skills from the brawler and the archer applies in multiplayer, and they stack on themselves. I've been theory crafting this game for some time now, so I'm trying to be knowledgeable. I still have many things to taste though. And yeah, that's a lot of math. But actually, if it's just doing the math, it's not too bad. What's really killing me is for some skill like meditate, for example, and the relationship between that and between the level and the actual increase in regeneration rate, we have to do how do you say, experience, and literally say that at this level with this amount of intel we need that much frames to regenerate 1 HP. One guy on my Discord and me, we did that for a little bit and we're still far from over. Ultimately, I would like to be able to say which skills have double bonus from mastery, but there are still many that I'm unsure of. And I still don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to go. Yeah, it's a pretty unknown game, but it's had a renaissance at some point because it was available on Virtual Console on the Wii U. So I think a lot of people are playing it from there. And yeah, I hope that my content could help newcomers, because this game has a lot to offer. It's probably not the only game like that, but most often than not, it's difficult to have actual content towards newcomers. It's often for veterans. Yeah, this map is very confusing. All maps are very confusing in this game because they are so large. I think they're up to 5 times larger in the last dungeon than in the second game. But we have far less screen. If you take Wizard's Palace, for example, I think you have more than 30 screens. Whereas for the last dungeon of the first game, I think you do not even have 20. But you would literally need more than an hour to finish it. Well, you recognize the map from the second game because it's the Mushroom Forest. you'd be glad to learn that in this game it's called the Forest of Another World. It's so dramatic. Parts of the parallax map to find treasure chests and hidden things. If you are interested by having a full list of hidden things, you can, I do not have a link right now, but you can find on the web, someone has scanned the entire Japanese games manual, and even without translating it, you have a full breakthrough of every screen of every dungeon. So you do know where are all the secrets. I have it somewhere, but I do not remember if I still have the link to download it. Yeah. Well, if you do not find it, you can email me. If you go to the channel, you have my email. Just ask me and I'll provide the link, because I have it somewhere on my my browser. English is difficult sometimes. Oh, I like this sound. You have a little jingle each time you defeat the enemy to open the last screen. In the second game it's whatever, but it's this one, because the screens are so huge, it's really a relief each time. I still gonna get my freaking soul, man. Give me a soul. Cannot play Shining Soul without having a soul. Come on. This forest has a name. This forest has that's literally the name. When you change screen, it's written on it, or when you select the dungeon. That's all I'm saying. There's no additional lore. In this game, you just go into the dungeon. There's no... In the second game, at least, you have the hobbits are evading us, so you need to go to the fairy spring where the hobbits are, and boom, you know why the fairy spring is your next dungeon. In the first one, I didn't even try. But the lore of the game, there's not that much to it anyway in the second one. Couldn't even read the dialogue. Well, so you're Brazilian, so your language is Portuguese, but I know that there are Spanish in the European version. I wonder if you could have take some stuff from the Spanish version, but I don't know what I'm saying though. I'm just wondering. I know that Portuguese and Spanish are different enough to be considered fully different languages, but I know that there are some bridges between the two. Well, there is something that I'm still wondering about the Portuguese. I mean, the Brazilian specifically. That's all these jokes about talking to any star come to Brazil. It seems to be a meme, but I don't know why. It's closer to Spanish than yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, nowadays it's not close anymore, but a long time ago, English and French were as close as that. That was centuries ago, though. So you can find still some bridges, but they are very rare. I'm bad with my European history, but so I don't even remember how many centuries it has been since blah, 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 Portugal became independent. Because people go well for everything. Ooh, okay. I guess in countries close to the equator, every people are getting easily eaten up. Pun intended. Yeah, I've noticed that people rarely come there, but I don't know why. I mean, if Brazilians are asking, that means that there is a public to sell your tickets or anything. Ah, dang. This dude is taking a lot of punishment. I literally have a third of damage than I had against other enemies. Bro. Well, I'm guessing this is the enemy I need to beat for the next screen. Come on, bro. Yeah, I was right. The weather. Ah, yeah, it's true. The weather. Yeah, there's the Amazonian forest and stuff. You probably have a lot of like real rain, not like rain we have in Europe. Yeah, this one in particular was even more powerful than the previous one. Yeah, look at that. That's literally 3 times the damage compared to the previous one. This dude was packing. And I know that in 1 or 2 dungeon, this is gonna be the standard. Whatever. So yeah, there it is, Forest of Another World. It's rainy season there. Ah, rainy season. So like for multiple weeks it rains all the time. That's not something I'm familiar with, and we really only have summer and winter where I'm at. We used to have spring and autumn, but instead of being full season, it's more like 2 weeks now. I've been getting some decks. She has plenty of buff and heal. Yeah. All of the buffs are good, but nothing can top Bless. I would think that it's better to fully max Bless before even starting to use Protect and Resist. The poor areas get flooded. Oof. Okay. Yeah, I heard that favelas and stuff, there are really a lot of poverty in there. But also because there is too much money on the hands of a few peoples. I mean, it's the same in every country, but to various amounts. But everybody in the world, I think, knows the few photos of very expensive, like millions of dollar worth um, apartments separated by a wall with the favelas. We had to switch weapon to use the spell. Yeah, I actually think that's one of the good points of the game. I mean, the first game didn't use that did that well, but except for the wizard. But in the second game, it's actually one of the few things that makes Shining Soul different from other hack and slash or action RPG. Oh, I've tried Sword of Mana also on GBA, and I wish there were the system there, because you literally have to go to the menu and go to, I don't know, 15 inputs to change weapons when you have to do. Yeah. Well, there's always a lot of discrepancy with people that have. There's always less than 5 people having more than 80% of the resources of a country. That's pretty much the standard. But after that, for the poor people or the working class, I could say, the different countries are different minimum wage and minimum lifestyle. Same about Sword of Mana. Yes, I swear that I never I went through some forums to try to know if that I just didn't understand something, if there was shortcuts and stuff. That really broke my immersion for the game. I literally tried it because it was like all the time when talking about action RPG, people are saying like, oh yeah, the Mana series is so good and stuff. So far, I've tested Sword of Mana as well as the two that are on, two of those that are on NDS. I even find it really good, to be honest. But for the era, I guess it wasn't so bad. But to say that it's still good today is another thing. I'm gonna die. Oof, barely. I don't find that really good either. Well, I didn't try every one of them. It seems, for what I read, that the oldest one on Super NES or something are still the best. So I don't know.
Bisous mon amour.
Bisous, bonne nuit. Je t'aime aussi. The Zilla series and Lunar Legend. Lunar Legend. Let me check that. I don't know that one. So this is Lunar Legend, okay. Ooh. Okay, so this is classical RPG, but the visuals are kind of nice, and I like the fact that there are multiple lines. So there are front lines, middle line, and back lines, as well as for enemies. You don't see that too often. Okay, I'll check it out. Thanks for the recommendation. It's been quite some time that I didn't play some classical RPG. No, let me take some herbs. What a thou. Let me take some herbs, man. There are many characters and skill. Ooh, that screams to me. Despite the age, you can, once you have character optimization and min maxing available, it still can be a good game. On the GBA, for example, I've played Final Fantasy V, and there's the system of reminiscent of Final Fantasy Tactics, if anyone played it, of having skills of a class, and then you can keep them, go for another class, and you have passives as well, which for the era was a very pushed class system. I've stuck with Hoyo games. What? Hoyo games? What is that? Hoyoverse? Urof. That seems to be... okay. I know what this is. I've tried Genshin Impact. I actually enjoyed it, but I stopped playing it because the curve of progression was not aligned to what I was basically forced to keep increasing properly my character to invest fully into a full roster of character, but I wanted to invest into a bit of everybody to try them. So yeah, that was a huge turning point for me. And of course I forgot that. Yeah, Genshin Impact is the only one that I've tested, but the others seems to be as equally good if you have a lot of time to invest in it. Yeah, this game, well, all the games that start off as free are designed to grab our money, just in different ways. And since this one doesn't have ads inbuilt, you know there's gonna be a wall at some point. But I really had a fun, genuine. What's the word I was searching for? Well, just simple experience, just playing the game as a casual. There you go. It's turn-based. Ooh, yeah, I think that would be better because in Genshin Impact, the gameplay didn't really benefit much from being in real time. Yeah, well, that's probably better. I mean, technically, if you play Shining Soul 2 on emulator, at least, it's free, but you won't have anything to push you into pushing money into it. That's the difference. Oh, already. Oh, let's get ready. This Michaela's boss is pretty annoying. She's gonna teleport and clone herself. She's using multi-clonage Supra, but while using some Kamehamehas as well. Try to cash me, that's pretty on point actually. Oh, yo. Okay. Well, I got lucky that I managed to corner her. The first time I struggled far more against her. Oof. Well, actually, it doesn't say anything in this game, but there is lore about this dude, Dark Soul, and the Dark Dragon. There is an ancient race, pretty classic trope, and they created the different races of the Shining Force series. So the dwarfs, the Kental, wherever, and to prevent them from their creation to rebel, they did a super weapon in the person of the Dark Dragon, which doesn't have a soul, but it by itself is dormant once it doesn't have a soul. And Dark Soul has been chosen to be a sacrifice to become the soul of the Dark Dragon and activate it, but he discovered it and he said, "Fuck off, ancients," and he destroyed their civilization instead. So yeah, good play, the ancients. Well, trust me when I say that on my first attempt with the Blade Warrior previously when I was on vacation, I was down multiple times before taking a big boss fight. Yeah, well, there is another one after that is even worse because it literally doesn't move. A lot of people are saying that Shining Soul is kind of cool because of the bosses, but actually I think that's probably the worst part of it, because it's supposed to be a selling point, but it's very bad. Yeah, sure. I have money. The ores are very rare though. I still have only one mithril. But well, I don't even know how to call them because it's not really a forge. Yeah, the character progression. Yeah, that's probably the best thing because it's not the dungeoning either. The level design of the dungeons is well, almost non-existent. I'm gonna save just quickly, but I'll still continue. And there's no side dungeon either. There's only 8 dungeons in this game. So that's literally a third of the second game. The temple. Let's go. So this one has inspired the ancient ruin of heroes of the second game, which you can access by beating all 10 rank of the Colosseum, and in which you can find the Sun Moon that drop the Elemental Robe, which is very good equipment. Outside it's pretty much wherever though. Yeah, you can feel your character getting stronger, at least in the... But I also prefer the fact that in the second game you don't have a passive increase in your primary stats, because it really feels like you have a full choice over what your character will become. Felt like a RPG campaign. Well, those are hack and slash, but they do share a lot of common with action RPG. The difference is just that the story is close to non-existent. instead of having a game that incorporates a story as something that is part of the game, the story is just there to justify the game and the dungeons. Ah, okay, yeah, I get what you mean, the point distribution. Yeah, well, that's actually true. The primary stats are very reminiscent of D&D. And when you create a new character, you roll, instead of rolling, you can also adding a number of points to attributes. Well, you have three ways. You roll, you have some pre-roll. The list is always in the manuals of the player, and you just put them in the according stats, or you have a number of points to attributes. So in this case, so both of the second and the third way of doing it are very reminiscent of Shining Soul series. Yeah, the variety of build, and I still have some weird ones to test. I mean, I did pretty well on that with the Summon Archer, but I have other weird builds to test. Notably, a high dex build, which is very gimmicky, and I still don't know how it will work. But first, I have a low dex build to try, which I already started live with the Archer. This probably will be kind of painful, but this will help trying to identify the increase of accuracy from charge attack compared to normal attacks. Ah, that's for the Archer. Oh, okay. I kind of want to say just real quick that for the description of the equipment, it's very difficult to make out anything of this head icon. Like, it's logical that if there's only one, it's the Archer, but otherwise, if I didn't think of that, I wouldn't know, because that resembles nothing. Oh yeah. Well, you can already. I did finish the season 1, so I stopped at the volcano, but I will have to continue it at some point. You can have the full playlist on my channel, and yes, it was very painful. Once I was able to hit level 3 summon, it wasn't that bad compared to what I threw, but it was still pretty painful. I mean, at some points I was so desperate that instead of using primarily my summon, I was using my spellbook to bash people with it. I was lucky enough to have some chaos-like enchantment on it, so 2.5 damage against undead or flying enemies respectively. Ooh, better blade. Hello there. Well, it was an interesting experience for sure, but well, let's say that I'm glad that I did that so that nobody will have to try it for themselves. I actually think that a full summon build is very genuine, but for advanced mod, you really need to sack a lot of levels into it and into your intel to make it worthwhile. So starting off as a summon archer was not a very good experience. Sure. Oh, also, I didn't say this, but there's no set bonus in this game. Another nice feature of the second one. Yeah, you better trust me. I know for myself because it took me a lot of time. The summon archer is very take a very long time to build. And again, I really think that it could be a genuine build, but absolutely not for normal mod by starting it. But it teach me that poison bee were actually very effective. I've never used them in my previous archer playthrough, but against some enemies like the golem, the poison bee, which like the name implies can apply poison, is actually very good. So having a summon level 2 is a very nice point. After that though, you need to go to level 5 to have the ice wolf that can do things. So yeah, that's not the same investments. Yeah, the set bonuses. I think that the set bonuses are amazing, and not only that, but there's also the red drop sets and the magnificent set bonus, and there are some special effects that are only associated to sets or are more difficult to get, like the burial set that nullify curses, or the soul set that increase soul charge. Yeah, the poison bee is very viable. The the artistic direction of the summon is that they are literally called friends from the forest in the Japanese game manual. I thought that there would be spirit, but actually no, they're supposed to be friends from the forest because he's an elf from the forest, so I guess he has a lot of friends from the forest. That's the idea. Anyway, they are supposed to not be there for damage but for status effect. The problem is that the first one that you get, the squirrel, doesn't have any status effect, which immediately makes you think, wait, this is useless, because with no status effect you think that this is there for damage, but the damage of the squirrel are garbage. Yeah, the nice. Well, I translated. I mean, you are gonna search yourself for what I understood the Japanese games manual, so I won't say too much. But you have additional backstory for each of the playable characters, like why they were there, why they heard of the championship in the Coliseum made by the king, and why they joined the adventure. Well, I've been trying as well to improve my Japanese by playing the Japanese version, but uh, let's say that it takes quite some time when you do that. The problem is that while the game features a lot of katakana, which definitely is things, there still are a lot of kanjis around. So you really have to stop. Also, one thing that makes things difficult is that the kanji and the katakana are all fucked up because the game doesn't have a lot of pixels to make the visuals. Yeah, the English version only incorporates the very basic stuff. I mean, I do not know if the Japanese games manual that I got is the original one. I think there was a after the game sold well and internationally, there were like a superior version of the packaging in Japan, and this is where there were. This is probably from where there is a bigger Japanese games manual. Yeah, the kanji. Well, even just the katakana and hiragana are getting a little bit like they are weird when there are not enough pixels to properly display them. Ooh, it would be very nice to have this manual physically, I would say. Having a physical working copy of Shining Soul 2 from Japan is definitely. Dark Matter. I never had this on my previous playthrough. Nice. Having a working copy of Shining Soul 2 in Japanese is definitely something that I will search when I go into Japan. But I don't know where I will go into Japan though. I mean, if you're talking English, you can still stay next to the airport. But the problem is that they really have in their culture to do not learn any foreigner language. They lived in Otasi for a number of centuries, so if you go a little bit in the countryside, you need to know Japanese, and pretty well as well. The Harvest Moon. Ooh. Yeah, I think that they really have a lot more respect for the ritual stuff there, and also they never stop doing ritual things. The Famicom, for example, so that's the NES in equivalent. The Japanese version are a little different. The Famicom are still being done in factories. Yeah, I mean, in the countryside, or maybe just even in Tokyo, they literally have restaurants in which it says on the front in English and in multiple language, we are complete. There's no space inside. And then you have the scripture in Japanese, and it says, if you can read that, just come. We have a lot of space. They literally don't care about being racist. I mean, to some degree, it's fair because it's their country. So they can do whatever they want. But still, seeing this from a Western point of view, it's wild. Yeah, there's a lot of trivia like that. I mean, literally, if you go to if you are a gaijin, so someone that is obviously Caucasian, and you go to a Japanese, you talk to him in Japanese, in good Japanese, he will say, seeing that you're Caucasian, he will say, oh no, I don't speak English, and he will just not want to talk to you in Japanese. It happens. It's a testament from YouTubers that are literally half Japanese. Oh, also in this game, level 5 is the max mastery. Yeah, racism. Racism is an institution there. They literally have racist political party on that are doing very important things. But they also have a problem between the different countries. It's mostly between the three of China, Japan, and Korea. Well, I mean, South Korea nowadays. They detest each other. But even between themselves, there are some weird stuff going on. if you take the Japanese, for example, they have the Hainu that are on the North Island. They are closer to what you would know as Native Americans, and they have their own language, their own cultures and stuff, and they are getting pushed back by Japanese because they are too different, despite also being from Japan. A Japanese surname. Oh, they do the same thing. I mean, yeah, it does make sense because due to the alphabet, they have to have a different name in Japanese. That's the same for the Chinese. Nisei. Oh yeah, I've heard a lot of things about the second generation stuff. They literally had how do they had some Bosozoko getting formed just to protect those second generation because there were like thousands of them from the invasion of China. Yes, yeah, I would know. Yeah, and it's even worse. I would argue that it's even worse to be a second generation that be a real gaijin, because at least when you're gaijin enough to be treated as some sort of rare animals by the Japanese. There are people that go there and are offered job like in bar or some stuff because they are gaijin. So they have a different face and they attract different customers. So yeah, you are a circus beast, but at least you can get a decent job. Anyway, the Japanese rabbit hole is huge, but I'm probably not the most. I'm far from being the most knowledgeable about it. But it's just so wild that you cannot help but being interested in that. I remember this screen. I went on the left the first time and I took like 10 minutes or so doing stuff, killing enemies and not advancing. Whereas in reality, you need to go just there. So starting now, and it's gonna be even worse in the tower dungeon. The game is actually well, at least it's level design, so it's not too bad. But the game is actually trying to lose you. What? Okay, so even knowing it, I probably made a mistake, and I mixed things up with another screen. Apparently, I mean, for what I know, they could be the same thing as the fairy spring in the second game. You have different dungeon display each time you go there. Yeah, man, those golem, they're taking a lot of punishment. They really have high defense. And what's bothering me the most is that they haven't dropped a freaking soul. And I've killed dozens of them. Yeah. It's not even the worst, because in the last dungeons, there's gonna be dragons. Thank you, man. I'll uh, I'll bid you good cooking and eating. Thanks for chatting so much. I'll see you. Thank you, man. That's really means something for me. I'll see you. Okay, now the question is, where do I go? I do not know where is my path. I'm going in circles. Yeah, thank you, man. I hope I'll be able to deliver. I'm really glad to be encouraged. Wait, I see this teleporter, but how do I get there? What? Fishy. Let's kill the remaining demons. Also, they kind of yellow piece more than green. So I'm glad they recalled them for the second game. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, I'm definitely lost. Damn, it's so bad to be lost on one screen. What am I missing? I feel like I've been everywhere. And it's not even like I can just save and come back another time. If you save quit, if you turn off the console or the emulator in this case, you lose all your progression. You have to do the dungeon back from floor 1. Isometric, yeah. Well, this maze has really lost me. No. Where is this? Ah, yes, finally. Rough. Okay. I'm gonna hope that this is the last screen of this dungeon that is so bad at losing me. Bro, how can they have can I miss so much? I mean, those golem are supposed to be pretty low, so they should have low dexterity. Oh, also there is no bestiary in this game, so you literally know nothing about any stats of the enemies. Uh, they're still pretty fast. I don't want to go back. Oh, also I noticed that I got an answer previously. Skins are cosmetic, all content can be solo, tons of weapon type, strong archer build, mage build with artifacts. Okay. That definitely answered my questions. From Minecraft Dungeons. So I'm thinking about buying this Minecraft dungeon. It's just that I have so much to do with all the games that I already own that each time I like just, will this really be worth it? I mean, it's not too bad, $20, but still. Because this is a syndrome that everyone on Steam has. You buy new games from excitement and you ended up not playing it that much. And if you just stop playing it, you pass the time mark to return it, and then you're stuck with it in your library, never playing it. Okay. Let's go back. So, Silk at it's for the mage, okay. For the wizard, I mean. So we. Come on. He didn't want to be sold. So yeah, dark matter. But I don't remember if there's anything worthwhile with dark matter forging though. No, I can take care of that as well. Cause the list of forge item in this game is pretty. Is pretty small. Partially due to the fact that you only have pure mithril, dark matter, or Ishakan. The only one that you can reliably use in a playthrough are mithril because you have some monument that give it. Still, I only have one dark matter, one mithril, so still no weapon. It's too bad because I was excited to have a Birdman NPC back because there's nothing like that in the second game, but he remained useless due to me not having any holes to give it. Also, not forgetting to re-equip the herbs. There we go. Lightning. Well. Oh, wait. At least it increases movement speed, apparently. Okay. Then it's not too bad, I guess. So that means that the fire one is probably increasing attack and the ice one defense as well. I thought that they only increased the resistances, but guess I was wrong. What? I'm literally in his old box. Wow, that's so weird. That cannot happen in the second game. Well, that's a caption, definitely. I'm making a shot of that. Wait, why does it feel like I'm gliding on stuff? Or maybe I'm just being pushed by them. Well, let me check. Yeah, that was just that. I thought that there were sleepy floors. Maybe. Okay. Hiya, hiya. So anyway, I've noticed that you play on the Nintendo Switch too. Not too much problem going on with it. I do not have one myself, but I've heard that there are already problems with this console or something. Or maybe it's just people being angry randomly, I don't know. It's hard sometimes to know the truth between the ramblings and the actual genuine stuff that should not be happening. The music is not too bad, which is not the case for the last dungeons. I feel that there were, well, something that definitely lets you feel challenged in terms of patience. Come on, let me level up. I actually think that having goblins disguised as statues is not too much of an idea. I guess they reused this idea for the gargoyles in the second game. Ah, I guess I have to clean this floor. I'll clean this floor with your face. Well, definitely be putting points into decks. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Decks. Let's go. Yeah, nothing I can do with just one. It's a little better, but I'm still missing some decks. Well, I'm feeling like I'm the betrayer, having a count of 1 million enemies on meta kills. Except I'm not using an axe but a sword. Oh, the boss. Here we go. That should be okay with 12s. So this one is probably the most beautiful of all the bosses. He doesn't move. He stays in place. And he's doing summon, but he uses large areas of attack and killing them itself. You don't say. I have just tried it on vacation. I have tried this very game. And it's amazing. So I plan on doing a live at some point. So far I have tried a few characters. I can definitely say that surprisingly Eowyn is my favorite. I tried her kinda as a joke, but she's actually pretty cool. I would say that she's more interesting than Aragorn. The two are pretty similar, but since to have all the content available in one cartridge, including Gollum and additional maps, you already need to play one of the three. You need to play Gandalf and one of the other three: Aragorn, Gimli, and what's the name of the elf? I forgot. Well, you need to play one of the three. Well, due to my playstyle, I surely want to play Gimli. And because Eowyn is too close to Aragorn, I would prefer her. So yeah, I've tested it, and it's amazing. I do not know if the previous, the one inspired by the other two movies are as equally good, but this one is amazing. Oh, actually, you're thinking of the Two Towers. That's not the one I tested. I tested the Return of the King, the one of the third movie. But I think that the three are made of by the same company. And I know that there are some PS2 equivalents as well, but they are totally different. So I still have to find Kagemaru. Oh, isn't this a panel? Something? I remember that there is that. Wait, what is this? I know that he's camouflaged as something somewhere in the camp. I just don't remember what. I mean, I could just look it up, but I'll try for a few minutes to find it by myself. Okay, well, I do not see nothing. That's not her, right? She was already there. Okay. Best NPC of all time. Okay. What? So we got some random messages from this? Well, the first one was the most amazing one. Perfect. I'm using this as a thumbnail. This is just so random. Okay, well, I'm lost. I don't know where Kagemaru is. Let me check it. Because I have to find it each time, otherwise the chain is broken. So, we get Shining Soul Kagemaru. So he's there? What? No, he's not. Wait, did I forget it once? No, I didn't. Ah, no, after the forest, I think I forgot it. Okay, so the chain is broken. There's no Kagemaru anymore. My bad. It's so sad that this quest can be broken. Nah. More defense is what we want from armor. Oh, let's check that. Yeah, it's too bad because Kagemaru is giving us the one thing that we can have in the second game for the ninja, full ninja equipment, it gives huge boost to dexterity. So this is definitely a nice piece of equipment. But well, I messed up. Chrome blade, yeah, that's what I have. Nah, you want to keep the blade. Well, I have enough energy to do another dungeon. I probably will keep the two for another stream though, because even just finishing this one will require quite a good amount of time. And yeah, this dungeon is probably the worst one visually. This is literally damaging for the eyes. So yeah, I have tried this Lord of the Rings stuff because I was searching for other hack and slash or action RPG. I've also tried Sword of Mana, and I was actually disappointed. But if you got other suggestions of nice action RPG from the GBR or not, I'm taking it, because this is my drip. But it's difficult to search for yourself because everybody is just circling through the same recommendation over and over on the different sites. It's hard to have a tier list of the two stuff that doesn't just include 10 entries. And it's always the same on the different sites as well. I was also very sad a lot of the times for action RPG to not see Shining Soul 2. Yeah, those RP do not have the tornado attack of the second game, but they're still pretty annoying. Also, with those feathers on the head, they look more like I cannot remember my English. The birds that can talk. Well, the more I watch this war, the more I think about Mega Man Battle Network. It's kind of reminiscent of that, because it's all perfectly aligned waves and stuff. But the water effect are probably the best part of this dungeon visually, though, because the tiles on the floor, oof. They try to do something probably. Come on, Mithril! Oh, Mithril! So that's 2 out of 3. Okay. Although I do not remember what you can have with it, but I still would like to have at least one forged weapon. just to see if there's an animation for the forge or something. Mm-hmm. Bro, this dude. Aha. I just need to find a way out. I say I just need to find a way out. Ah, there we go. Parrots, yes. Thank you. I mean, there are other birds that can talk, but I was thinking about parrots, yeah. I'll do half and half, I guess. Okay, so I'll be keeping my next skill points for my sword skill. I don't think I will have my I mean, I was about to say armor, but it's a different name. My death build up to level 5. Level 4 probably, but not level 5. Well, this skeleton pride is actually terrifying. Yeah, bone armor. It still has the same property as the second game, but it's just very bad. I mean, that's another problem of this game. The dedicated drop, you can have them from the skeleton of the dungeon too. So it's the stats are tied to this one, meaning that if you ever get them in subsequent dungeon like that, it has already dropped off. Oh, I'm already out of herbs. My dexterity. Where is my dexterity? Okay, next level up definitely will increase the 4 dex. Retreat. I have a kneading wire. 2 kneading wires, okay. Let's pop that. Dude. Yeah, they definitely have a good dex. Oh, yo. I am the superior sword user. I'll make you a bag of bone. This is only for the wizard, yeah. The power of mashing attack button. Whoa. Okay, so I'm guessing. Also, I cannot get over my head that those dude, they are called Kerberries, but they only have 2 heads instead of 3. Those are authors, not Kerberos. Yeah, I'm missing too many shots there. Come on, come on. Well, I'll keep it for when I am about to die. Okay. I just hope that I'm on the right track, because if I'm getting lost in this kind of level design, it's gonna be painful to find the track. Okay. Well, at least when there still are enemies, I know I didn't went. Yeah. Damn, this dark skeleton are packing. But they're kind of ridiculous with their big purple as weapons. It's not like they poison us. Okay. Dude was just chilling there with me. Whoops. Okay. I know that at some... Oh, wait. Hehe. Bye. Oh, damn, that's only the fourth... Uh... Ah! Bruh. Oh, damn. Okay. Quick action. Well, did he just give up, the gizmo? Okay. Weird. Well, one thing that saves us is that the spellcasters tend to push through our sprites instead of taking distance from us. Come on. Corner stack. It happens to the best. Monument! The next monument in Mithril, we got the Forge. Although that's gonna be for next time, because I'll have to save. To save load. Okay, there we go. To have a nice result. Because if I happen to have an axe, well, that's gonna be useless. Oh! You don't say. Okay. So next time I'm playing this save file, this is gonna be Mithril Forge Farm. Ah, I've heard a jingle. I just want to finish this, bro. Okay. Oh, damn golems again. Well, I can say that my stats have dropped off. I mean, maybe one of the reasons that I'm missing is because I'm starting to not have enough attack to pierce through the defense of enemies. Oh no. Uh, I was about to get down. I'm still about to get down though. Because they eat like trucks. Come on. No! Ah, well, it's not like I lose much things anyway. Elf, so that's for the archer. Oh, actually, I could just have verified if he can have spears. I can literally just go to the weapon shop and check out the spear. Okay, he does have the spear. Hehe. Actually, I'll be taking that. Now I can almost nicely use these healing drops. Yeah, they're more powerful in this game because they start off as 100 HP compared to 50 in the second one. Okay, well, that should be enough. The music of the camp is pretty nice, actually. I still prefer the one of the Clan of Castle, but it's not bad at all. Should I really bother with that? You know what? I'm gonna say nope. Uh, of course, if they form half of the level. Wait. Okay, I guess I have to kill them. They are literally necessary kills. Bro, how many are there? As soon as I say that, another appear. It's like I kill one, choop up. Literally. Ah! And we say hello to the ambulance. Well, I thought I was packing a lot of healing drop, but actually it's not too much. Come on. Okay. I hope it stops at 10. Well, let's rush and hope that there is a specific enemy to defeat. Well, if no one is spawning, well, only four is the limit to prevent other enemies from spawning. Bro, that's not much. Ah, okay. I think that was this dude. No? Dude, this dungeon is giganomous. Okay, fine. I'll defeat dozens and dozens of enemy before being able to go to the next screen. When we are talking about killing hundreds of enemies before coming to a boss in this dungeon and the two ones after that, this is not an exaggeration at all. Okay, let's begin the mage first. Well, this footage doesn't really prove it, but I actually think that this is the best build in the game for solo play. Yes, and luckily because it's still not easy. I mean, maybe at some point the wizard becomes better. But between the three non-wizard classes, the warrior is probably the most effective. Especially with blades specifically. I just wish I hit most of my shots. I feel like 30% of my shots are not hitting. Okay. Dexities. Ah, is this here? Is you the required kill me star? Bro, calm down, calm down. I just want to kill you, nothing personal. Dang, these demons have a lot of HP as well. I'm not sure that I heard the jingle. And we're back again. Awesome. Okay. Okay, no one's popping. Alt if it does. Well, seems like the death were very set on having you kill every enemy on screen. It's so miserable to not see my character, but seeing the mace pop. Mage. Okay. Well, RPs are not too bad after having this much golem. Okay, I have to come back. The enemies don't despawn once you are far away enough. Which further forces you to kill every enemy that you can see. I just wish well, actually, there is on emulator. You get an auto fire button, but oh, okay, we got to the so-called carriers. Damn. I really have to go back to the beginning. Ayo. Well, I don't know what I have, but it seems like I like to do painful stuff because between the summon archer and that, I don't know what's worse. And the boss is not even easy. Oops. I mean, I guess if I'm feeling like it, I could do save stats, actually. That would be my only way to pause inside the dungeon between two streams. But I'm still gonna be faithful to the original game and finish the dungeon properly. Okay. Well, everything feels fine after some golem. Crazy how this game got a sequel. Yeah. Well, the way I see it, instead of, well, in the story it's a sequel, but the way I see it, it's more like this game, Shining Soul, was just they didn't have that much money because it was just a spin-off of the Shining series. Whereas for the second game, they were like, okay, so it worked a little bit, that people brought the game, so we can do a proper one. And I'm seeing the second one more like a fixed version as an actual game that was made to be its own game instead of a spin-off. But the Shining series, they tended to experiment. As I said previously, the first action RPG they made was supposed to be on Super NES, so that was Shining Wisdom. It was supposed to be on Super NES, but instead it got ported to the next console, so the Saturn, or Genesis for people in the US. And it felt so old and dated, even though it was a new game. And it was a clone of Legend of Zelda, which is already weird by itself. So yeah, they definitely experimented a bit. Who's wait, my eating? There you go. Well, I can just say from the bottom of my heart that once I'm finished with this playthrough, unless specifically asked by multiple people, I won't be touching live Shining Soul. Because, man, this is painful experience. Ah, do I have anything on me? Yeah, I was talking about how the dragons are gonna be worse than the golems. I think I was spot on. What? Whoa, wait, dolls. Bro, calm down. Ah, I cannot even breathe between stuff. At least I know that these dragons didn't despawn and restore its HP. Yeah, come on. Oof. Okay. Well, too bad. Well, I'm be packing eating drops. Don't need that. And let me guess, it dropped off. Yep. Yeah, talking about to go back to previously, talking about games that I have to try and maybe and buy for that. I would have to try the most recent Shining game, Shining Resonance, at some point. Well, I still have a few to try before that, but seeing that this one dates back to 2020 and I didn't announce another one for the foreseeable future, I will eventually do all of them if I continue like that, and if they continue not doing them. I mean, the Shining series was never a super popular serial video game to begin with. I forgot to equip that healing drops again. Stun lock. I might be okay. I might be able to. Okay, never mind. I was about to say like I could do it. Okay, well, that was close. Oh. Also, I have noticed, but there is this mechanic actually. It seems uh top fans in the chat, and you got XP apparently if you got messages. Uh, well, I do not know what it's supposed to do outside of appear cool. I do not know if you have like special emoticons or something like that. I'm guessing this is one of the few things that YouTube have added pretty recently. I mean, they have tried to copy Twitch and TikToks, and they use Tube Shorts. Wait, what was that? I think I've got something worthwhile. Ah, no, never mind. I thought I saw a 2 in the letters, so I was about to think that there were some nice equipment or maybe a soul, whatever. But I mean, that couldn't be rank for soul. There's no rank. Uh, so we start off with a golem. Okay. Well, that's quite impressive to manage to tire me with the first enemy of the screen. I mean, I suppose that the golems are not too bad for the wizard, so in multiplayer that could be okay, but on solo, as a non-wizard, that's a pain. What? This range from the mage is amazing. I was literally on the far end of the screen. Well, and I want to point it, I still not have a golem soul after all this time. Everywhere is golem. Well, at least I advanced a lot. So next time for the finale I will only have the 2 last dungeons. Mm. It's never enough HP. Never enough power as well. I mean, I'm barely holding my ground with a lot of eating item. Oh. My fingers are starting to hurt from all this smashing. Oh, that's definitely gonna be Dex. Okay. Still one more level up for my sword rank up. Oh, yo. Okay. Oh, that I must have left a golem somewhere. Forgot to kill it. Yes, there you are. Nope, we're not done yet. And I'm starting to going in circle. That's a bad place to be. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I do not want to see the ritual achievements requirements for this game. I'm gonna be pretty excited to see the boss and the end of it. Okay. Okay, I'm guessing this is the last enemy before the next floor. Bro, how many HP does he have? I mean, dragons are supposed to be sturdy, I guess, but this is like extra sturdy. Oh, I see the boss. I'm feeling like the dead guys in the end of Lord of the Rings. Free us, Aragorn! I'll be using the max because I remember that this one is particularly hard. Or maybe it's gonna go smoothly since this time I know a little bit of the patterns. The one from the forest definitely went far more smoothly than I thought it would be. But that's not the shining force, my man, that's the shining soul. Okay, let's go. So yeah, this dude is teleporting and pretty fast as well. So your best bet actually is to not chase and keep being between four of them, waiting for him to come to you. What? He can poison me? That's even worse than what I remember. Hmm. I got a lucky crit. Damn. Well, not only it is pretty difficult, but it's also annoying. Also, what's the law of this dude? It seems like he lives in the sewers or something. Because there's no way this is clear water, right? I wish there were poison rays. Why was that on? Well, I still have more than half of my eating drops. Oh, oh. Well, I'm feeling relieved. So in a few minutes, this is the end of the stream. Cause there's no way I'm tackling on the rest of the dungeons. I'm just gonna check the sword. Okay, never mind. What about the armor dude? Okay, this is better. Definitely. I don't care about that, by the way. Ooh. I mean, it's only just 2, so it's not really worth it. But let's get a bit of money. See this ammo? I'm sending it to you. I'm trying to imagine it like some sort of hypnotism. This armor is not yours, it's mine. I'll sell it to you. Great enemy failed. Yeah, luckily, because I'm telling you that was annoying. This dude took quite some time. I still wasn't as bad as my first attempt on it. Let's just identify the stuff. Well, she really does it looks like a vampire in this game. Yeah, that's more okay. Okay. So we'll just get our 3 mithril, and next time is gonna be farming for weapon, or at least nice equipment. See ya. Well, thanks for watching me struggle, and I will see you next time. So I don't know where it will be, but I will do another stream to finish the last 2 dungeons, and we'll be good to go with this game. Bye. Thank you, man. There you go. I need to find the button.